Hello, everyone. My name is Abby Licatino, and we're going to do another candidate interview here. I'm so excited to have Adaline Rutherford on for today, and she is a candidate in District 3. So hello, Adaline. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, Abby. Thank you so much for inviting me to do this.
Awesome. Well, we have just a couple fun questions to ask you, and you can answer them. And our first question is, who is Adaline in a nutshell?
Well, Adaline, let's see. I'm a mom of one, almost perfect son. If you would call a little more often, it'd make him perfect. But I've been married 37 years to my husband. In fact, I had a different, little cycle through my education life. My parents couldn't afford to send me to college when I graduated from a public high school in Metairie at Grace King. So I decided to be a hairstylist. And I went to beauty school. And so I became a hairstylist and worked in that field for 20 years. When my son was born, I decided I'd always wanted to be a teacher. So I wanted to go back to school. And I asked my husband, can I go back to school? And he said, absolutely. So I did. So I went to UNO and I graduated in 1998 at the age of 38 years old. I became a teacher. So, and of course, I incurred some debt with, going to school. So I taught Monday through Friday and worked in my hair salon on Saturdays in downtown New Orleans, the Crescent City Hair Design. So I did that for 3 years, and then I sold the salon and decided teaching was definitely going to be my career. So I stuck with that. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I've lived a passion for teaching. I taught at St. Peter for 10 and a half years because I started in December. When I graduated in December of 98, I started January, the first week of January, because the principal asked me to take a position. And then I stayed there for 10 years. When my son was a senior at St. Paul's, I decided to jump ship and went to Lake Harbor. I had many of my friends asking me to come teach with them, and I did, and I loved every minute of it. And in fact, that's how I met my husband. I cut his hair 37 years ago. And
wow,
out of 37 years, he's only had 2 haircuts from someone else when I broke my arm.
That's amazing.
Cut his hair.
How wonderful. What a great story. I love that. I didn't know some of those things about you. So that was really nice. I love getting to know new people. So that's wonderful. Well, good. Let's go into our next question. It's a little more in your topic of the school board running. Why are you running as a candidate in District 3?
I am running because I've had many teachers, parents, students who are now grown and have their students now at Lake Harbor. I have people who have asked me to consider being a voice for them, being a voice for the teachers, for the students, to join the school board and work collaboratively to help them get it together. We need to make our school, we have a good school system, but we were better, and we can get back to being the best that we were. And that's what I like to think of is, let's work together to excel, and we need to get there. So that's my reason for running, is for the students, the parents, and the taxpayers of St. Tammany, because I'm a taxpayer.
I love it.
My son's grown, but I'm still paying taxes, and I want our school system is our draw into St. Tammany for all the businesses and families that move here. And in fact, I had a parent tell me that yesterday at a meet and greet. That was the reason why he chose St. Tammany, is because of the school system. But he sees now it's failing, and he wants to know why and what we can do to fix it.
I love it. That's great. What a great reason. No better reason, I think. Okay, number 3. What are your top 2 to 3 biggest issues that you'd like to see change in our St. Tammany Parish schools?
Well, I'd like to see, I'd like to hold the school board accountable, and I'd like to have the school board be transparent, because I think when we go to the school board meetings, we need to accept people to come in and voice their opinions and be able to speak and listen to what they have to say, because, we need to work together as a team. I think, we need to support our teachers. We need to make sure our students are safe. Our students have um, academic lost time because of students in the classroom who are being disruptive, because discipline is a huge issue. We need to address discipline. If, one of the things that I really would like to address is getting a discipline policy. And we have a discipline policy at the St. Tammany, but we need to adhere to it. We need to enforce it. And so we need to stand by that. But we need parents and teachers and administrators and everyone to work together to make sure it's the best policy it can be, that we can enforce it and stand by it. And then maybe the students, will be feel safe in the classroom, because we cannot keep losing academic time for discipline. It's vital,
That's great. Those are two really good issues and things that need to change. So
absolutely. And we need to secure, teachers, hold our teachers, keep our teachers in their positions instead of letting them leave because they're unhappy. So they need to have a voice. And I think that's important too. So we need to retain our teachers, and we need to work on substitutes because we have a big substitute shortage. And I do think there is an issue there, because I know of people who have filed the paperwork with HR and have not heard back from them. And I just don't know. I don't understand why. Why not? There may be reasons why. I would like to know why. And I know of a teacher who was a gifted teacher who retired. And, she told me personally, Adaline, I submitted my paperwork over the summer. I'm still not on the sub list. She, a veteran teacher, gifted teacher, wonderful, and wants to sub in a school that really needs subs. It was really lacking with subs. It would be so beneficial to that school, but she still has not heard back from them. Why not?
Yeah, we definitely need to figure that out, because that's
kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is. That's awesome. Okay. And then number 4, thinking about these issues that you've identified, how would you fix them?
Well, let's go through the substitute thing first. I think just like we have a job fair, why can't we have a sub fair? Why can't we have a substitute fair on a Saturday? Have subs come sign up and get them going. And let's get HR back in this quickly, because if we have the people to pull in there to get going, then we shouldn't have a sub shortage. And I know that I've had other parents come in from school and say they were on the sub list, but they've never been processed either. So I think we need to work with HR and get them going, help them any kind of way we can, and let's get these people processed and into the schools as quickly as possible. So as far as accountability, I think we need to maybe how about an internal auditor? Let's get somebody in there to look at those books, and let's get somebody in there to look at that budget and make sure that money is being spent, as wisely as possible, and it's held accountable. And we can show the people, if we shouldn't have nothing to hide. So we should be able to show them everything that there is very easily and explain those line to line details. This is how the money is being spent. And let's get as much money as we can back into the classrooms for the students and for the teachers.
I like it. Very good. Those are some great solutions. I think those are really good ones. Awesome. Okay, number 5. What do you want the residents in your community to know about you?
I'm very determined. I'm a hard worker. I'm very loyal. And I have a big, loud voice. I was cheer coach for 10 years at St. Peter. And I'm not one to not be heard. I'm going to be heard. And if you have something you want to say to me, if you have something that is bothering you, if there's a point you want me to bring up at the school board, please let me know, because I'll be glad to address it, and I'll be glad to answer the question. And if I don't know the answer, I will find out. And that's what I want the people to know, that I am there for you to help you find out what you want to know and find the answer. And I'll be there. And you know what? It's just my husband and I at home. So you can call me. I love to talk on the phone. I'm a chatty person. So guess what? Pick up the phone. You may not get off so easily.
I love that. That's awesome. I love that you're so available, and you've always answered my texts very quickly, and I love our conversations. So I can attest to that in person. Definitely. Fantastic. Okay. And our last question, which is a super fun one. What is your favorite Louisiana tradition and why?
Oh, it has to be crawfish boils. Every year for Mother's Day, my family all gathers here together, And it may not actually be on Mother's Day, but it's usually Mother's Day weekend. Sometimes it does fall on Mother's Day if we can get everybody together that day. And we, my cousin's children, my cousin works at Mandeville Middle, my sister's at Rummel, and I'm over here. And my cousin's husband racks, boils the crawfish, and he does a great job. We call him the Crawfish King. He does an excellent job boiling our crawfish. And we have just a great family get together, and everybody loves being here. And we have so much food. We have other food besides crawfish. You know how that goes, but anyway, it's awesome. We love it.
I love it. There are so many wonderful traditions here in the state. It's one of the things I like the most about Louisiana. And yes, definitely crawfish boils are just, the whole social aspect of it is super fun, as well as the food, of course. But the food, I think every celebration in Louisiana revolves around the food. So it's always good.
Family and food. That's it.
It's
two
fantastic.
things together.
Well, thank you, Ms. Adaline. It was so wonderful speaking with you again. And I look forward to seeing all that you can do for us in your district.
Oh, I wanted to say one more thing.
Oh, yes. One more thing.
One more thing. I want to make sure that I tell everybody out there that I am a very, very conservative. I'm a Republican. I belong to the Mandeville Republican Women. I am hoping that some of the people who in other districts are also elected. One of my faves, Amanda Martin, I'd like to give her a shout out, and Isabel Moore. Isabel and I have been sorority sisters for forever, and I just love her. And I think we'd all be great on the school board. I think we need to get, a new school board.
Yeah.
So I hope we all get in there.
Yeah, I love that. Well, it's going to be an interesting election, and even more interesting 2023 school board. So hopefully everything will work out. I wish you the luck in your campaigning and on election day, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.